Hello guys, and welcome to weekly outlook here on pound USD. We've got euro USD, we've got gold, USDCAD, and DXY. And this is the last outlook for the year. And starting with pound USD here, we do have price retesting these areas of 1.3525 regions here. As you can see, it was respected in the past around September of 2025 here, and the same October. So basically what I'll be looking out for is to see possible price breaking that, or we could get a pullback first, which might fluctuate or range throughout next week based on the holidays, and maybe next year we might get a breakout. So why am I looking at that? If we pull up the Fibonacci retracement tool from here to this point, we could see 50% around this region, but we could pull from the moves it made last week, and we can see it's correlating with this previous resistance now turn support. So if I take that off, I might want to anticipate to see price come retest these regions before we continue to create a double top around here, or we'll break, retest, and then we can continue to the upside. Alright, I'm not looking for any bearish moves, but you could want to consider a counter trade around this region. Might be risky, but if we get rejections around this region, then we could go for some beautiful buys. And very similarly here on euro USD, we've seen price above these regions here. It looks like we're creating a double top here at this regions of, let me put a mark here, 1.18 psychological level. My take on here is we might see price come retest back this regions here or here, depends, not really sure, but we'll see. If we get a price break above these regions of 1.18, then that's perfect. We get a retest, then we could go to 1.1850 and possibly above. Otherwise we might get and pull up his fib. I'd like to see fib from this region here. Either we retest this region or we retest this region 1.1671 one more time before we continue to the upside, or we could even just pull back from this region depending on the rejection pattern we get. So I'm looking for a retest back into this region and then a continuation to the top. Let's see how that will play out. But that's that for euro USD. And gold, we've seen gold soaring high. We've made the biggest high in years at 4,500, let's see, 4,550 basically. We might see gold continue to the upside, but before then, like what we've been seeing previously, we get a pullback and then a continuation. If we get a pullback, then perfect. Then we could actually just pick up some orders around here. Oh, beautifully here we are looking at 4,377, and then we can continue to the upside. Otherwise, we might look out to see a new high created, and then we can use this region as a new support right there. USDCAD, we've seen price come into a very critical region of 1.3650 psychological level. It was rejected in the past. And very similarly to pound USD and euro USD, we might get inversely correlating. So we might want to see price pull back into this region of 1.3740 or around this region here, and then we can retest to the downside. Sorry about that. So we might get a pullback and then a continuation from here. Otherwise, we might want to consider maybe price breaking below these regions and then continuing to the downside. Alright, for now, I'm looking to see a pullback so I can get a better entry to drive price to the downside. And then lastly, here for DXY, we might be anticipating to see price as well to pull back into these regions, retest these regions before we continue back to the downside. And when we get that, it means that we basically can get price to the upside here on GU and as well as EU. And that's that for the outlook. I'll see you guys for recap during the weekends, basically the new year, and enjoy. Ciao.